Welcome everyone, I'm Don't Tread on Me Game Reviews, and today I'll be discussing whether or not the upcoming Resident Evil 4 remake will overshadow the original 2004 game. In the past number of weeks and months, new gameplay footage was released of the newly remake of Resident Evil 4 and my god was I blown away. To me, the remake looks unbelievably much more atmospheric. Just take a look at this scene. Leon is moving through the woods. You can really feel the dread as he makes his way through the trees with his hand covered over his face while the crows scatter into the sky. The sound effects in the background causes huge amounts of suspense for the gamer. I really feel this is the perfect example of brilliant survival horror immersion that causes the gamer to get sucked into the experience of the game. Here we can see Leon slowly creeping up the stairs towards the cabin door. The creaks of his footsteps while moving, the flies buzzing around, the gradual creaking of the open cabin door, the glowing light on the wall. You can really feel the tension. This is absolutely stunning. I find this much better than the original in this regard, and let's not get it twisted. The original was pretty good too, but what I'm seeing here is absolutely breathtaking in quality. As Leon enters the cabin, we can see the moonlight from the window creeping inside the cabin. Once again, the details in this game are just absolutely perfection in quality. Capcom has made a serious effort in this remake. I feel that gamers and all Resident Evil fans will be quite impressed with this. It should be observed that Leon can finally move forward while pointing his weapon. If you remember from the original game, Leon would have to be completely still when using his firearms. Now one could argue this limitation gave the original game much more as a challenge since movements were limited, but I for one welcome this change. I always felt that Leon always was like stuck in the mud when using his weapons. The cinematics in the new Resident Evil 4 remake are excellent. We can finally get to see a more dynamic interactions between Leon and Hunnigan. These interactions are much better quality than the original walkie-talkie-like conversations of the original game. The remake is much more gorier in detail than the original. The level of blood in detail really gives the survival horror game a real kick in presentation. I really love this Capcom. I must give Capcom lots of credit here. You people did a great job. Capcom has once again proved to its fans why the company has been around since 1979. If we look around in the environment of the game, we can see a lot of trees with lots of foliage. If I remember correctly, the original game mostly contained dead trees. While the original did have its own unique atmosphere, I personally feel this remake outshines the original in this regard. The gun sounds in the game are very powerful. There is a lot of depth when Leon pulls the trigger. I really love that loud but detailed gunshot sound. What's interesting about this version of Resident Evil 4 is that it makes a perfect transition from survival horror to action horror when it's required. I'm really digging the fire effects of the flames spreading in the barn. The level of effort by Capcom is really top notch here. I honestly think we may see this remake completely blow away the original from what is being presented here. Now this part is quite interesting. It seems like the Chainsaw Man is much more menacing in this version compared to the original, adding an extra layer of fear, thereby making this version more survival horror than the original was. Thank God Capcom has moved away from the all-out action horror genre and has returned to its roots with survival horror with some degree of limited action. In this scene, we can see clearly they have completely redesigned the character of Ashley, the president's daughter, compared to the old Ashley who looked like a young Britney Spears, who was also super annoying. This Ashley looks less like a teeny bopper. She is more dynamic in appearance and has a much more pleasant nature. Just look at that cold drift sweeping through the game world. It really adds an extra level of depth to the dark tone of the game. I just love it. This could end up being Capcom's best Resident Evil remake to date. The animations look a lot more fluid compared to the original game. It seems like Leon can do a lot more with his combat knife compared to the original Resident Evil 4, where you could only slash with your knife while having to stay completely still. It's good to see that Leon will be able to do a lot more with his combat knife here than just repetitive slash motions. Resident Evil 4 Remake looks like another success for Capcom. Its stunning visuals, new gameplay environments, reinvented game mechanics, combined with a minor reinvention of a classic horror game will no doubt prove to be a favorite to old fans and newcomers alike. To answer the title of the video, will the remake of Resident Evil 4 overshadow the original? For some gamers, the remake might be more appealing than the original, however for others, the original classic will always hold sway over the remake. For me, the remake might overshadow the original, but I can only truly make up my mind once I get the opportunity to play the remake of Resident Evil 4. If you like this video, please like this video and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, make sure to follow us on Twitter. Want to help this channel grow? You can do that by making a donation to our PayPal address. Or if you love Dogecoin like I do, you can donate via our Dogecoin address. If you like Bitcoin mining, please check out CryptoTab, the world's best internet web browser, which also serves as a Bitcoin miner. All information is listed in the description of this video.